What's going on, y'all? We're back with another episode of Geo's World. It's your boy, Geo. Duh. Hey, I'm working on my intros. Bear with me. Today is the day that I made the decision that I do not want to live the life that I'm currently living. I want more for myself. And it starts with learning how to say no to things that don't value and serve your purpose and what benefits you. It's okay for others to be disappointed because if they truly understand, they know it's all for within good reason. It's not to purposely, intentionally hurt the person you're disappointing or you let them down or whatever. But it's still important to remember that you're the one that's going to be taking care of you at the end of the day. When everything hits the fan, if you were to go broke tomorrow, if you were to lose it all, you have to count on you to get yourself back up. And it was somewhat of a rude awakening having to learn this late, which I'm still very grateful for because I turned 30 on Christmas Eve and I'm having these self-evaluations about everything that I said that I want to do for my life, the legacy that I want to build, the empire that I want to build. I have to make a lot of sacrifices and a lot of changes in order to get to that. Because all I'm doing is robbing my future self if I make these choices of being comfortable. It's really important to understand that if you plan on living a life, not even just of lavish, but just of a higher power that you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want, get whatever you want. Bottom line, if you want to have that life, you need to set up your future self, the framework, the system, the reps of taking care of everything that's boring, that irritates you, that makes you feel like you just want to crawl under your covers and never come out. You got to switch all of that shit up. And I recently learned from watching Khloe Kardashian's newest episode. I guess she was launching a new podcast, which that's actually something that I'm looking to get into myself. And I've learned a lot through that episode. And one of those things was allowing yourself to be okay with not being able to control everything. Because it is a natural thing that we do try to control as much as possible. And that's what takes away the most energy from us. It takes a lot of time from us. And we have to come to a realization of saying that if you want to level up in life for yourself, you have to learn to just let people do what they do and just take note of it. You don't have to react to everything that they would want to affect you. They will want to get certain reactions out of you. It's not worth your time. It's not. You have to learn to just let them do their thing and you're going to do yours, because the thing that you control the most is your emotions. How you react to the things that you receive. What do you do with the time that is given to you? That's the most important thing that you need to keep in mind when you want to level up in this life. Trump is in office. I don't talk politics, but I do pay attention to what's going on in my country, and I do pay attention to what's going on in the world, especially around the lines of money, because money is a tool. It's not something that we need to have, but it is a tool. And if you view it as a tool, that's only going to unlock more doors for you to get closer to your coveted lifestyle, to your dreams, to whatever life that you want to live, how you ever want to end your movie, because you are the main character. You need to understand how this game works. Because if you plan on living in this country, you need to start talking ownership. And that's what I like to talk about in my space. So whenever you watch more episodes of me in my future podcast, we're going to talk ownership. We're going to talk about how to control yourself first and only, because those two things, learning about how to make money work for you and controlling yourself and what you're capable of doing and how far that you are willing to push to the next level, it's only going to set up your future self for an easier life. You're not going to be in your 50s, your 60s, trying to get your body right, trying to make sure you're eating cleaner, trying to make sure you're drinking plenty of water, that you're waking up early to go handle your business, to go be around the people that you love. If you are around my age and younger, if you're 10 years older than me, use this time. Take this episode very seriously, that we are pivoting into a new realm of leveling up ourselves. Today, I decided to wake up at 5:30, which is something that I do not commonly do, something that I never really enjoyed doing. But I pushed myself and I said that even though I don't like it, this is what's good for me, because I felt a lot of joy, crazy as it is, but I felt a lot of joy on my way back to come here to do this episode, which I was inspired on the freeway. And I'm seeing all the congested traffic going in the opposite direction that I was going to go to the gym this morning. Seeing that made me feel so good to say I beat something that I used to do in my old life. And now I'm living in my new life. I'm presently present and I'm looking forward to my future, to gift my future self with the life that we always dreamt of. Listening to my inner voice, which we all do have an inner voice. Sometimes they whisper, sometimes they speak loudly, sometimes they just calmly just speak to you. And it is a mixture from God that's letting you know what you really need to be doing. And you can quiet it as much as you want, but that voice is going to continue to talk to you until the day you die. That is an amazing gift that we all have, aside from our energy and our time. The third gift that has been given to us is our inner voice, which some say that that's your intuition, that gut feeling that you keep hearing about. It took me a while to understand that. It even took a near-death experience to understand that my intuition is real. I got hit so bad to where I had to go to the emergency room and no one knew about that story. It was nobody's business, because that's all people would do is poke holes in the situation. They wouldn't look at the bright side. They wouldn't think about the optimism that I've always talked about, because optimism is your best friend. It's going to get you through everything. Your inner voice mixed with optimism, that's a super suit. It's a superpower. Just like many other things, if you can multitask and overanalyze things, you're not overanalyzing, you're critical thinking. Keep that one in mind too, because that's something that I'm being vulnerable about and I'm telling the world right now, is that I used to think that I was an overanalyzer, which in turn, I'm really just a critical thinker that likes to map out the game plan and problem solve way ahead before the situation occurs, which is totally fine. And sometimes it just takes practice in order to fine tune it in the right direction, so you know how to assess a problem, solve it, and be rewarded for it. With that being said, I'm gonna cut this short. I thank you for tuning in for this beautiful episode of Geo's World. It's only gonna keep getting better. I will be mixing in Geo's World with my new podcast. So you will see it on the title that it will still be Geo's World, but it will still be a podcast, and we're going to change up the scenery pretty soon. With that being said, thank you again. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you have anything that you would like for me to talk about or elaborate on, or just to share my thought process on it, please, by all means, show me in the comments. I read all of them. I respond to everybody. And if I don't have time, just bear with me. If I see it, if I don't have nothing to say, don't take it personal. But I see you, and I know that you're trying to level up too. And I love you all. Peace.